Hi, I'm Melody.
I'm Candi.
And I'm Gabe.
And you're listening to
Quirks.
Bumps.
and Bruises. So we've heard it said before that patience is a virtue.
That I don't have.
I've had to learn it. I wasn't so patient younger. So there's hope for you.
Okay, good.
Candi, there's definitely hope for you.
Good.
But we were talking about how I had gone into a store in August.
Yeah.
And there was a whole wall of Christmas decorations.
Oh, girl, it starts earlier every year.
And I know that we say that, like
Mhm.
every year it starts earlier, but like
It really does.
it really does. In fact, if I may correct myself here and say that might have been July that I was actually in that store.
If you are wearing flip-flops, Christmas decor should not be out.
Amen.
Truth. Yes. I distinctly remember that exact thing this year when the back to school stuff came out. I remember looking, and on each side of there was a back to school section and a Christmas section. Could not believe it. Like,
Yeah.
back to school,
Yeah.
July, August time.
It ain't going to be long where you're going to have Valentine's Day decorations on one side and Christmas decorations
Yeah,
on
I
the
don't
other.
know if they do that because the stores are competing with each other with the decor. Like if this retailer has it out before this one does,
I'm
people will
sure.
buy this. But
I'm sure.
yeah, and then by the time Christmas gets here to enjoy the decor, they're already promoting like bathing suits and
Yeah.
all kinds of
For real, though,
stuff.
yeah.
So you always feel like you can't keep up. Like you feel like you're like a little mouse on a wheel,
And
always trying to just spinning
is
round and
life.
round, and you can't keep up.
we are never
Yeah.
content.
Yeah.
Yes.
But now, even as much as I love Christmas, I'm a self-proclaimed Christmas crazy person.
Don't we know?
I love it. But I don't want to see that in the middle of the sun. It takes away the special.
Yeah.
Anticipation.
Yes, it
Yeah.
takes it if something's there all the time.
And that's kind of what I want to hunker down on a little bit for a few minutes is are we getting to a place where we we're raising a generation of children who do not have that in their life where they are anticipating something. Because I feel like, I don't know if y'all feel the same way, but I kind of feel like the anticipation of something that is going to happen is part of the fun of it.
Yeah.
It's just that every day you're thinking you're getting a little closer to this happening, and it's an excitement that you have. And I feel like maybe with our kids today that part of childhood is going away.
Well, kind of just to use an example, going along with Christmas morning is a lot more fun if the box you're about to rip open, you legitimately have no clue what's in
What's
there.
in it. And it's maybe been under the tree for the whole month of December. And you walk by
Exactly.
it,
Counting
you
down
see
the
it.
days.
Exactly.
You may even pick it up and shake it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But on the flip side of that, if my wife asked me, hey, what would you like for Christmas? And I let her know, and I just happen to be with her, and she's like, well, you already know. I'm just going to go ahead and get it. I mean, I'll still wrap it so you can open it, but I'm going to give it to you. Well, it might be an item that I want. It might be something I need, and I'm going to be really happy having it. But the excitement's just not there because you already know. There's no anticipation
Even
for
like
it.
a wrapped up pair of socks would be thrilling to you, like knowing.
Because you
it's
don't
the
know.
truth.
Exactly.
You don't
So
know.
it's the
Yeah.
same thing with the whole season of you just need some anticipation, something to build up. But I mean, they're putting Christmas trees out in July, so it's like, well, there's no.
Yeah.
I know what I'm getting the whole rest of the year.
I have always said that in life in general, whether you're a child, whether you are an adult, the fun of life to me is always having something to look forward to, whether it's a vacation, whether it is a holiday that's coming up. Maybe
Good hot dog.
Yeah. Yes. I know
Nachos.
That sounds
Yeah.
for me. Anything food, a great meal, you're getting ready to go out to dinner with friends at a great restaurant. Those things kind of are the spice of life.
Right.
And so if you don't ever have anything to look forward to, that's just a hard way to get through each and every day. So I have always tried to look forward to something. And so I want to go back around to children. Both of you have small children. I remember a particular instance when my kids, and I'm older than you are, but my kids were in middle to high school, kind of maybe in that 9th, 10th grade. Lindsay was maybe 11th grade, Stephen 9th grade, something like that. And cell phones were becoming the big thing. And well, I didn't let them have a cell phone. And I remember my daughter saying, I am the only kid in my class that does not have a cell phone. And I'm like, you don't need a cell phone at 13. What are you doing? You don't need that. And Stephen the same way. You don't need a cell phone at 12. I'm sorry, you don't.
Yeah.
No.
And so they just kept saying that, we're the only ones. We're the only ones. And I use that illustration to say, if we always give our kids every single thing they want, every time they want it, do they learn to not be patient, to not or have the joy of anticipation?
Yeah.
Are we stripping away the joy of anticipation from our children because we are always a step ahead in giving them what they want when they want it? I'm not trying to make anybody feel guilty about how they're parenting. I'm just asking, do you feel like that is a thing?
I totally do. I mean, I totally get it. And it's just that kind of, I want it and I want it now. Like, I don't want to wait for this. Or speaking back into like the Christmas decor, I took Hunter and we were looking at, I think, what were we looking for? Just something like groceries, things that we needed. And we were in the store and they had Christmas decor and he wanted to get it. And I'm like, buddy, we don't need that. Well, there was a specific item that he wanted, a little nutcracker. So we bought it. And I said, well, we're going to save this until Christmas. Well, he come home and he's like, we got to put it out. We got to put it out. And I'm like, honey, it's August 3rd. Like, we're not putting this up yet, And he's like, well, I want it up. I want it up. So I let him put it up. And then by the time Christmas gets here, he's not even going to care about it anymore. No. So it is.
Because you're going on to the next new thing.
And it's sad, but he doesn't understand. Well, why are they selling it in the store? It must be time to put it up. It must be time.
Right.
So.
Well, speaking of making kids kind of wait to have that anticipation, I distinctly remember this is something that happened a lot. There was always, two main events as a kid in your life: your birthday and Christmas. That's when you kind of got, the bigger gifts and things like that. Because you got things you needed all throughout the year.
Right.
You need a new pair of shoes that fit you. You need new school clothes. But, at Christmas, you got those extras. And I remember, like, my birthday is in August. So I remember if I would ask, let's say March in the early spring or something, a new item came out or a toy or something I saw that I would want, and I would ask for it, the response I always got was, put it on your birthday list.
Yeah. But I want
it now. Put it on your birthday list.
I want it now.
And then if something, maybe when school starts back or in the fall, something was out and I saw one of my friends have it at school, October, November, like, I want that. Let's get that. Put it on your Christmas list.
Yeah.
But I'll have to admit, as a parent, now it's really easy to just, that's really cool. Oh, I'll just order that on Amazon. It'll be here in 2 days. And I'll admit I'm guilty of that. It's like, oh, okay, just get that. And then you realize, like, wait a second, that could have been a really cool birthday gift. I mean, even if it was just, $10 or something, it don't matter to a kid. It's something they want. And I have to admit, the convenience is there. Now, granted, back, in the early 90s, mid-90s growing up, money wasn't just flowing like crazy, and it's certainly not for us now either, but it's just it's just accessible and it's more convenient. But I remember that was my response. Put it on your Christmas list. Put it on your birthday list.
Yeah, I just feel like, kids today, I work with a lot of kids, through church ministry and that kind of thing. And I just kind of see them. I feel like what happens is because they get so much so fast, it's never enough. It's kind of like it's always searching for the next biggest, greatest thing. And I kind of think if we would slow down a little bit and teach them the art of waiting, the art of patience. I remember talking to a grandmother. She was actually a grandmother. And she said, when my grandkids come over, I don't care what I'm doing. I will stop. If they want me to stop and play with them, I will stop right then and there, whatever I'm doing. I don't care what it is. And I remember we had this discussion about that because I said, for example, if you're at the stove and you're making spaghetti sauce, for dinner,
Mm-hmm.
and you've got some ingredients you got to chop up and get in, and you're trying to get that done, and your grandchild comes to you and says, Grandma, I want you to come play dolls with me. She said, oh, I turn off the stove and I go if she wants it.
Wow.
And I said, well, don't you think that if you would, it's not that you won't go play with her,
But you're not willing, yeah.
but that she has to wait, Susie Q. Yes, I will come play with you. I need to finish the spaghetti sauce, and I'll be there in about 10 minutes. So you go, play and do whatever you want to do for about 10 minutes, and then I'll be in there with you. Am I off on that? Or do you?
No.
I mean, sometimes, yes. I mean,
Yeah.
But sometimes I just feel like we are giving our kids too much too fast.
And then the excitement, that little Susie Q could have that, in 10 minutes, Grandma's going to come play with me. That is a little bit more fun than the actual sitting down playing with Grandma, So
And that's what I say.
Yes.
That's what I mean when I say the joy of anticipation. It is fun. Anticipation can be so much fun. And I feel like we are denying that more with our kids and our grandkids these days. And this is a great question for you two. I didn't feel this so much with mine growing up, and they're older and out of the house now, but do you as young parents feel pressured to keep up? And when I say pressured to keep up, I mean all your kids' friends have this or do this, even though you feel like your child is not ready for that or probably shouldn't have that quite yet. Do you feel the pressure to try to keep up?
Oh, definitely.
And your little boy is younger, and you probably hadn't got quite there yet, Gabe. But
yeah, that's what I'm thinking. We're not quite there yet, but I can see where it would very easily be the case.
like if the new rage for kids' tennis shoes for both of your sons is whatever brand, every child in the class has that brand.
Yeah.
Even though they're $150 for a size.
I don't pay that for my own. He ain't
that
getting
the
them.
truth? If it don't come from Goodwill, we ain't getting it. But
You'll get the brand just at
what,
Goodwill.
Yeah, I know what you mean because with my situation, I have a stepchild, and he's older, and because of the different living situations, sometimes he's allowed things that maybe I would not have given him at that age, and then
that's a whole nother
it is and
piece
so,
of the onion layered there.
My 5-year-old says, well, Mommy, he has that. Why can't I? If your rule is we can't, then why do you? So that I think sometimes is more pressure on me that I look like it's a double standard.
You look like the bad guy.
Yes, and I don't want to look like the bad guy. I want you to follow my rules, but I don't want to be the bad guy. And to a 5-year-old, it doesn't make sense. But no, I'm not giving you a cell phone at 5 years old. No.
Right.
So the pressure to keep up, yes, but more so just I don't want to be the bad guy. I don't want to be hated or that mother who he grows up saying, my mama won't do those kind of things. So, yes, I feel the pressure.
I can see that. And even if I can play the social media card here, there's also this other pressure, albeit usually fake, pressure because it's an unreal world because you don't post your messy house. You don't take picture. You clean your thing up, or you don't take a picture or whatever. You move all the junk out of the picture so nothing bad's in the background for you to take it. So there's also this pressure of, we see other parents with their young kids going on these elaborate vacations, and the playroom has all these things, or they have 4 Power Wheels riding toys in their yard, and I'm like, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But so I can see where that would be an issue. Then this is a whole other topic also, but as of right now, and the plan looks like it, Tucker, my son's an only child. So without even trying to, we kind of end up spoiling him because we don't have to spread a budget beyond 2, 3, 4 children. We just have the one. So it is easier to be like, oh yeah, let's get that because like I said, it's just more convenient. It's more accessible.
The more children you have.
That's what I'm saying.
We
just have him, and he has, 2 different sets of grandparents, another grandparent, aunt and uncle that think they're his grandparents. So he just gets all, and it just, that
And
all
some
plays a
of that
factor into
is
it.
good.
Absolutely.
Oh,
some,
yeah.
Some of that spoiling, as
Oh,
you
yeah.
call it, that's, by the way, that's a grandparent's prerogative. Y'all got to get over that.
I've learned
But,
that.
you
learned
spoil
that.
and then you send them home. It's wonderful.
Yes.
But,
Payback.
so some of that is fine. But,
Yeah.
as you get more, as that family grows, you just can't.
Exactly.
For most people, you just can't keep up with that. So, anyway, The Joy of Anticipation. That sounds like the name of a book, doesn't it?
Let's write one.
Well, there you go.
Teach it. And us as adults could be a little bit more patient as well.
Oh, yeah.
Hashtag traffic in the morning, right?
Get me started.
Thanks for listening to the Quirks, Bumps, and Bruises podcast with Melody, Candi, and Gabe. If you enjoyed the show, please take a moment to subscribe, rate, and share the podcast. You can learn more at joyfm.org.